Okay, good evening. I'd like to call the meeting to order tonight, September 4th at 7 p.m. Please call roll.
Trustee Humper.
Here.
Trustee Lawrence.
Here.
Trustee O'Sullivan.
Here.
Trustee Rayberg.
Here.
Trustee Frost.
Here.
Trustee Vela.
Here.
President Skillman.
Here. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Remain standing for our invocation. Pastor Phil. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Lord, this evening as we commence with this board meeting, I'd like to pray for all the employees of our village tonight, from the administration of the village down through our public safety departments of fire and police, and our public works department, our IT department, the finance department, the clerical staff, all the folks who make this good village run. Lord, we ask your blessing on them, safety in their work, and Lord, just continue to use them to make this village a well-run organization. We thank you for the folks who stand before me tonight and the role they play in running this village. We ask that you would do them with wisdom beyond what even they're capable of, that the decisions they make would be wise and good and right. We pray this in the name of the Creator. Amen.
Thank you. Okay, tonight we have a couple of proclamations. First one's National Suicide Prevention Awareness Month, and I have the pleasure of reading that. Just a couple weeks ago, I actually golfed in a golf outing at Randall Oaks for National Suicide Prevention. We had a firefighter, a local firefighter, not Carpentersville, that committed suicide a couple years ago that we honor, and we try to get money for this and to stop this. So it's kind of important. It hits home to especially public safety. So, and our military veterans. So, September is National Suicide Prevention Month awareness. Whereas September is known around the United States as National Suicide Prevention Awareness Month and is intended to help promote awareness surrounding each of the suicide prevention resources available to us in our community. The simple goal is to learn how to help those around us and how to talk about suicide without increasing the risk and harm. And whereas suicidal thoughts can affect anyone regardless of age, gender, race, orientation, income level, religion, or background. And whereas according to the CDC, each year more than 41,000 people die by suicide. And whereas suicide is the 10th leading cause of death among adults in the United States and second leading cause of death among people aged from 10 to 24 years old. And whereas Carpentersville, Illinois is no different than any other community in the country, but chooses to state and place our full support behind local educators, mental health professionals, athletic coaches, PAC leaders, police officers, and parents and partners in supporting our community in simply believing availability to one another. And whereas local organizations like Suicide Prevention and national organizations like the National Alliance of Mental Illness are on the front lines of the battle that may still refuse to discuss in public, as suicide and mental illness remain too taboo of a topic to speak on. And whereas every member of our community should understand that throughout life's struggles, we all need to occasionally an occasional reminder that we are silently fighting our own battles. And whereas I encourage all residents to take the time to inquire as to the well-being of their family, friends, and neighbors over the next few days, and to generally convey their appreciation for the existence by any gesture they deem appropriate. A simple phone call, message, handshake, or a hug can go a long way towards helping someone in realizing that suicide is not the answers. Now, therefore, be it resolved that I, John Skillman, do hereby proclaim the month of September 2018 as National Suicide Prevention Awareness Month in the Village of Carpentersville. Thank you. Our second one, John's going to help me out.
So the Village of Carpentersville proclaims the National Payroll Week this week. So whereas the American Payroll Association and its more than 20,000 members have launched a nationwide public awareness campaign that pays tribute to the more than 150 million people who work in the United States and the payroll professionals who support the American system by paying wages, reporting worker earnings, and withholding federal employment taxes. And whereas payroll professionals in the Village of Carpentersville play a key role in maintaining the economic health of the village, carrying out such diverse tasks as paying into the unemployment insurance system, providing information for child support enforcement, carrying out tax withholding, reporting, and depositing, and whereas payroll departments collectively spend more than $2.2 trillion annually complying with numerous federal and state wage and tax laws, and whereas payroll professionals play an increasingly important role ensuring the economic security of American families by helping to identify non-custodial parents and making sure they comply with their child support mandates, and whereas payroll professionals have become increasingly proactive in educating both the business community and the public at large about the payroll tax withholding systems, and whereas payroll professionals meet regularly with federal and state tax officials to discuss both improving compliance with government procedures and how compliance can be achieved at less cost to both government and businesses, and whereas the week in which Labor Day falls has been proclaimed National Payroll Week, President Skillman hereby gives additional support to the efforts of the people who work in the Village of Carpentersville, Illinois, and of the payroll professionals by proclaiming the first full week of September Payroll Week for the Village of Carpentersville, given by his hand and seal of the Village of Carpentersville the 4th day of September 2018.
Thank you. And we do have one payroll clerk, right? Amy. Well, thanks for Amy. She pays us. To Amy. Thank you.
Those of us who get paid certainly appreciate her efforts.
Okay, next item, appointments, confirmations. We have 2 appointments for the Special Events and Park Commission. I need a motion to approve.
I'll motion.
Okay.
I'll second.
We have a motion by Trustee Rayberg, a second by Trustee Humfer.
And this is a joint approval of the appointment? Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Roll call.
Trustee Lawrence.
Yes.
Trustee O'Sullivan.
Yes?
Trustee Rayberg.
Yes.
Trustee Frost.
Yes.
Trustee Vela.
Yes.
Trustee Humfer.
Yes.
President Skillman.
Yes, thank you. Appointment carries. Public comment?
None tonight.
None, okay. Next item, consent agenda. All items will be listed on the consent agenda will be enacted by one motion. There will be no separate discussion on these items unless a trustee so requests, in which the event the item will be removed from the general order of business and considered in its normal sequence on the agenda. Are there any items that which a trustee would like to pull at this time from the consent agenda?
Yes. I would like to remove items C and D.
I'll motion to pass the consent agenda without items C and D.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to pull C and D, correct? So we wait.
Right, at this point, the motion's to pass everything but C and D, so we can proceed to a vote.
So roll call, please.
Trustee O'Sullivan.
Yes?
Trustee Rayberg.
Yes.
Trustee Frost.
Yes.
Trustee Vela.
Yes.
Trustee Humfer.
Yes.
Trustee Lawrence.
No.
President Skillman.
Yes. Okay, motion carries on the consent agenda except for C and D.
Proceed to C and D if you'd like.
Yeah, we're going to proceed to C and D.
Okay. I will recuse myself.
Recuse yourself. Trustee Vela, thank you.
Can we combine the 2 motions then?
Just-
Or the 2 resolutions? I'm
Yes.
sorry.
I mean, they could be discussed separately, but at this point, they would be voted on separately.
Then I'll motion to
That's why I
pass items C and D of the consent agenda.
I'll second.
Motion trustee Humphers, second trustee Rayberg. Any discussion then? Yes, anybody? No? We're all good with that? Roll call, please.
Trustee Rayberg.
Yes.
Trustee Frost.
Yes.
Trustee Humfer.
Yes.
Trustee Lawrence.
No.
Trustee O'Sullivan.
Yes.
President Skillman.
Yes. Okay, motion carries. We'll wait for Maria to get back. Okay. Next item will be reports of manager and staff. Anything?
Nothing to report this evening, Mr. President.
Okay, thank you. Old business,
None tonight.
and then new business. We have a public hearing regarding annexation agreement. You want to talk to John first?
A motion to open the public hearing?
Yep.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion to open the public hearing and a second by trustee Rayberg. We do roll call on that too? Roll call, please, on that.
Trustee Humper,
Yes.
Trustee Lawrence,
Yes.
Trustee O'Sullivan,
Yes?
Trustee Rayberg,
Yes.
Trustee Frost,
Yes.
Trustee Vela,
Yes.
President Skillman.
Yes. Okay, so the public hearing is now open, correct? So we'll have our staff first. Introduction. Yes, sir.
Sure. So there's actually two additional items after this that kind of all go together. The public hearing is for an annexation agreement to annex the property at the northwest corner of Lake Marion Road and Skyline Drive. There's an existing unincorporated property with a restaurant on it. You've probably all seen it. It's the bright orange building. The new owners are the Rizzolo Family Corporation. They intend to annex the property to the village of Carpentersville, which will allow them to connect the property to the village sewer and water. When properties are annexed, they're automatically zoned R1 residential, so they're also requesting rezoning to commercial zoning. It already has a commercial zoning in the county. And along with that, there's a planned unit development to allow the type of development they're proposing. It's a attractive masonry building, kind of a residential look, but still commercial. It will have a restaurant in it that's run by a family in town already, a small office space for the business. It was at the Planning and Zoning Commission, was unanimously recommended for approval. So first, there's the public hearing to take any public comment on the annexation agreement. And then after that, we recommend that you approve the annexation agreement and approve all the zoning approvals.
Thank you. So trustee comments now. Yes, sir.
Yeah, John, a couple comments. So I was reading through the agreement and I saw that you had making the owners responsible for tap-on fees. So there's no current
Water?
facility, for water and sewer. There's nothing there currently. They have to seek that tap-on from whoever owns it or from the village. I don't know if we have any left.
No, so tap-on fees are just based on the ordinance. So anytime you connect to the sewer and water, you pay tap-on fees. So
Do they
just-
purchase that from the village or from one of the owners that has the tap-ons currently, the B
they would
single
just-
family?
They would
in
just
per-
pay to the village as part of their fees.
Okay, and then one other thing in the agreement that I saw is that for the security on the agreement, it specifically says letter of credit. Is there no opportunity to have a surety bond? Because it specifically states it doesn't say or some other form of security. And I don't know that our ordinance has changed, that's the only thing we'll allow at this point.
It's kind of standard language we have in the annexation agreements. It gives the village the most surety.
It does, obviously, but I'm just curious because we have accepted surety bonds on other facilities, on other.
I guess maybe the best way to answer that is that the applicant reviewed the agreement and made changes, and we accepted all the changes they asked for.
That's all I had.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah, there's septic there.
Yeah, I know.
Having some
Thank God.
issues.
I mean, I'm happy that
issues in the
they're
back.
coming into the village because everybody thinks that's Carpentersville,
Right.
and it's not. And
Uh,
so,
And
thank you.
Mrs. Rizzola is here tonight. So if anybody has any comments for the building owners here, so, at the meeting tonight. All good?
I have one. Yeah,
Trustee comments, go ahead, still.
is that building coming down, the current building that's there coming down?
The building will be demolished, the parking lot will be removed, the
Thank
new
you.
building will be in a new location, it will all
Perfect.
be new.
Thank
That's
you.
what we were looking. Okay, do we have any public comment? Anybody here tonight? Nobody? Okay. So we need a motion to
A
adjourn.
motion to close the public
Adjourn,
hearing?
close, yes.
I'll second.
We have a motion by trustee Humphries, a second by trustee Rayberg to adjourn and reconvene in regular meeting. Roll call, please.
Trustee Frost,
Yes.
Trustee Vela,
Yes.
Trustee Humper,
Yes.
Trustee Lawrence,
Yes.
Trustee O'Sullivan,
Yes?
Trustee Rayberg,
Yes.
President Skillman.
Yes. Okay, motion carries. And for the record, I've known the Rizzola family for like my whole life, so we know they're good people, and they're going to have a nice establishment. So we're excited to have you. Thank you.
We won't hold that against you.
Yeah, yeah, no, yeah, exactly. I noticed you didn't
Sorry.
admit that.
All
No,
right.
welcome. This is great. This is going to be great.
A motion? Oh, item B, I'm sorry. Okay, B and C we still have to go through. I'm sorry. Thank you. Okay, so item B, ordinance executing the annexation agreement at 100 Skyline.
A motion to pass this resolution?
I'll second that.
Okay, motion, trustee Humphers, second, trustee Frost.
And just to clarify, it is an ordinance. I think the word resolution was used, but just,
It is
that's what we're talking
It's
about.
an ordinance, yes, thank you. Roll call, please.
Trustee Vela,
Yes.
Trustee Humper,
Yes.
Trustee Lawrence,
Yes.
Trustee O'Sullivan,
Yes?
Trustee Rayberg,
Yes.
Trustee Frost,
Yes.
President Skillman.
Yes. Motion carries. Item C, then, we need a motion.
I'll motion to pass item C.
I'll second.
Trustee Humper, motion, second, trustee O'Sullivan. Roll call, please.
Trustee Humper,
Yes.
Trustee Lawrence,
Yes.
Trustee O'Sullivan,
Yes?
Trustee Rayberg,
Yes.
Trustee Frost,
Yes.
Trustee Vela,
Yes.
President Skillman.
Yes, motion carries. All right, next item, trustee and committee reports. Trustee Vela, you want to go first tonight?
No comment.
No comment tonight?
Not tonight.
All
Thank you.
right. No, thank you. Trustee Lawrence?
Only thing I have to report is Special Events Committee will sponsor our first annual Fall Fest that will take place Saturday, September 29th in Carpentersville Park. More to come.
Great, thank you. Trustee Frost?
Once again, I'm going to bring up the construction at Route 31 in Huntley. It's really ramping up now. You can see barrels out there. They've been working on that steadily, and it's only going to ramp up more, so slow down, be careful. People will be turning in and out of the businesses, and to go along with the businesses, we want to make sure and keep going. Patronize our businesses during the construction, because it's always a tough time during construction as far as businesses go, and we want to keep all those businesses right where they're at. So, also there's a website for that construction on our Village of Carpentersville website. If you look at that, give you some insight on that. And once again, as always, thanks to the PD and Fire Department for all they do. That's it.
Thank you, Trustee Frost. Trustee Humper?
Last Tuesday, we had a Business Development Commission meeting. That was on August 28th. We discussed several things at that meeting. Number one being a implementation plan for the branding effort. We passed a budget for that plan, which will be coming to the board probably at the next meeting. I don't anticipate, Mark, we'll be discussing that ahead of time until it's on the agenda. Okay. And we also discussed the logo and had some more feedback on that back and forth. And I think we'll approach that at an appropriate time too when we're ready to release our logo. So that went, I thought the meeting went well. And one thing that came out of that meeting, there was a concern because we had 3 trustees and President Skillman was there. And that is okay to do because we do post that meeting online, and we create an agenda. It's posted 48 hours before the meeting is actually held, so we can have multiple trustees and the president there. So, we'll learn from that and move forward. I know some of the trustees were interested in talking about the logo, and would encourage them to come back out this next meeting, and we could have a more full discussion as a group. So,
So you want us there?
I do want you there. Yes, I do.
You sure?
I'm sure. The more input, the better, because I think in a group setting, you get a different view from some of the Business Development Commission members, several who own businesses or were, VPs and CEOs at other companies throughout their career, and they have some really good insight. That's helped us along the way. So, yes, for that reason, absolutely.
Opinions
All
are
right,
like
John.
opinions are like
John's
belly.
laughing over there. So
Opinions are like belly buttons. We've all got one.
Can you remind us of the date for the meeting?
Yeah, it's the fourth Tuesday of the month, so what's today? Add 21 to it, the 4th, 25th. And so it'll be the 25th of September. And it's at 5 p.m. up on the second floor.
Thank you.
Just to comment what Trustee Frost brought up, I do think it's important that we do keep frequenting our restaurants that are on Huntley Road and 31. The traffic does seem to be moving through there at this time. There's actually houses behind those trees I didn't know existed until this week. So that's good to see. But it looks like they're making really good progress, and let's hope they get done on time. That's all I had. Thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Rayberg?
All I have is the next Audit and Finance Commission meeting. That'll be on September 11th, 6:30 in Public Works Building. It's the unofficial kickoff to our budget season. Our financial budget calendar year aligns with, our fiscal year aligns with the calendar year. So as you can imagine, October and the end of this month are very busy times for us as we are presented with our department's budgets, our wish lists, what we need to get done, what we want to get done, and prioritize accordingly. So we are moving forward with that. Next one will be September 11th, and then the meeting after that, I believe, is where we'll start getting a lot of the departmental presentations on what we're looking, or what we've accomplished in the last year and what we want to accomplish in the coming year. And I'm also hoping that we can start broadcasting these Audit and Finance Commission meetings via GoToMeeting. Probably not starting with the September 11th one, but the one after that when the department meetings begin. So that should encourage a little more community feedback on it. And it's great information to see, so it's a shame that only a handful of people are seeing them. So, that might be a way to get it out there.
Thank you, yes. Yeah, we talked about that a few months ago, so. Thank you. Trustee O'Sullivan?
Well, as you know, normally I say nothing to report, but I will say thank you for investing in Carpentersville. I know that's it's always a risk. We really appreciate your taking that risk. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Are you done?
That's it?
Give a speech?
Nope.
Thank you. Okay, couple things. 8 a.m. Saturday, this Saturday's trustee training is open to the public. We are having training here, and I'm buying donuts, I guess, so.
No, I've offered to bring.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Bring some snacks.
All right. So that's this Saturday here at the office. And what else we got? BDC, we had a good meeting, Trustee Humphers said. So we got a lot coming up on this branding effort. We're excited about getting somebody else on board to help us market the village. So we want to get that going and get our couple, actually, there's a gentleman here also that owns another business in town that we'd like to, advertise for you guys, and you guys help us out too with our branding. So we get our businesses involved out there. So we have a couple parades coming up in Carpentersville. Actually, we have the El Grito parade coming up in September, 15th?
Yes, it's going to be Saturday, September the 15th, at 10:30 in the morning, and it will start in front of Meadowdale Shopping Center on Route 25. We're welcoming the community, hoping that everyone joins us.
Yep, and the village board are all invited, and I'm working on getting something for you to ride in. So a convertible, or unless you want to walk, that's fine. So, yeah, whatever. We'll figure something out. So if everybody could be there about 10 to line up, right? Would that be fine with you?
Yes, the lineup is at 10 in the morning,
Trustees
yes.
and whoever wants to be in the parade that's here. So come on out.
Please join us.
The homecoming parade, do you remember, Mrs. Miller, what date that is? Dundee Crown? 20. It's the following Saturday, right, or Sunday? Or
Sunday.
This Sunday?
I'll get it.
Just the 29th, is that what I saw?
24th or something.
23rd, I think.
You have it, Michael? Is it on the
23rd?
agenda? Yeah. What date? September 23rd. Do you have the time?
10 a.m.?
So we have the parade, the Dundee Crown Homecoming Parade here. Usually it's in West Dundee to East Dundee, but this year they decided to do it in Carpentersville. So they're going to do it around the park, and it's going to be great. So get a lot of people out there. So to represent, and everybody here again, I'll work on getting something. So an old fire truck or something. We got a couple of those, right, Chief?
It's September 23rd, a Sunday, staging at 12:30, parade start at 1 p.m.
Okay, the parade's at 1, so figure be there at the latest by 12:30 if you're going to participate in the parade with us. So, all right, everything good? Anything else, Kelly?
John, I got one more thing.
Yes, sir.
When I talk about the patronizing our businesses on 31 and Huntley, I'm just not meaning those only. We want to get to all of our businesses in the whole village, not just 31 and Huntley, so we want to make sure and patronize all of them.
Actually, it's not even too bad. Yeah, it's going to get a lot worse, right, Kevin, Mr. Gray, and Mr. Cole? Because we took a complaint today. So from the Vanity Tattoo, and he's not a happy guy. But we're going to try to help him out with, with what's going on by his business. So, but he's concerned. So, but we'll talk about it. Our staff's going to handle that hopefully, and hopefully it won't even come to our level. It'll get taken care of. But if it does, then we might have to interject on it. So, to help him because we want to keep him in town.
Mm-hmm.
He loves Carpentersville. He lives in Huntley. He goes. He loves being here. So, he doesn't want to have to leave because of some issues that we could hopefully help him with. So. Okay, thank you.
Motion to adjourn.
Yep, we have no other items tonight, so I need a motion to adjourn.
I'll motion.
I'll second.
Motion, Trustee Rayberg, second, Trustee O'Sullivan.
Voice vote?
Voice roll call, please.
All in favor? You can do it that way.
Oh, voice vote.
You can
I'm
do voice
sorry.
vote.
Yeah, I get to do that for once. Yeah. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, meeting adjourned.